You are live. Hi, guys.
Hello, Disney nerds. Tuesday night. Ed, what's going on, man?
Hey, Sam. How's it going? Nice to
It
see
is
you.
going great. It is going great, and I feel like we should do. Hey, it's show number whatever. Welcome to the Disney Nerds
Hello
podcast.
and
You can
welcome to
even
the Disney Nerds podcast.
there you go, and you can start the Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah,
Where's
right.
Jiminy? I
The
gotta
opening.
listen to him.
The
Yes,
opening.
the opening, which is from. You know
We
what? We're gonna wait to see if somebody tells us who it's from. Don't
oh,
tell
already did
anybody.
it.
Yeah. But we
let
do
me,
need to share.
yep. Let me
Uh,
switch over
There you
to.
go, Dave. What's happening
Now.
in Indianapolis? Hopefully everything is good there.
Yeah, hopefully it's
Couple
warming
minutes
up.
late starting today, but we're there. Yeah, hopefully it's warming up. That
It's
weather's
very
coming
cold
my way. It's not.
in the Philly area. Jimmy and Morgan are taking an evening off. They had an incredibly busy weekend at
Yeah,
the
they were
House of
busy all
Mouse.
weekend.
The House of Mouse meetup. Big show they had down in Orlando.
That's right.
We're going to definitely hear more about that next week, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Those guys, they snuck over to Epcot for a day too. Saw a couple of things there, which is really cool. It'll be cool.
Oh, look at that.
There you go. Now you know to put that stuff up there, Ed. It's perfect.
Yep. Hey, Melissa.
Melissa, how you doing? Ed's driving the show tonight. This is fun. I feel like I'm on the side just watching along. Brandon, what's news, man? How you been? Been over to Epcot lately?
Wow, they come in fast.
Bill? They sure do. They sure do.
No, I don't think it's a hangnail, Bill. I think it's jet lag. I think it's just definitely him being awake for the last 4 days.
Well, you figure you get in Friday, you set up. Well, actually, they flew in on Thanksgiving Day. You get set up 2 days of just nonstop. There's some really cool pictures that they shared over on the Instagram. Some cool from the contest. There was some cool stuff going on.
Right, and it seemed like just a normal Comic-Con down there, which was awesome. It was just fun. Scott and Michelle did a great job. They had so many people in costume walking around. It was really, really incredible. So yeah, my favorite. They had a guy walking around as Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, he was a little tall to be Rocket, but you know what? The costume was darn good.
Yeah, he had the mouth moving and the eyes moving and everything. So it was talking. It was very cool.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, guys. So with Jimmy and Morgan gone this week, we're going to have you guys run the conversation. So once we get some people in, we don't have the beginning credits. We don't have the big, awesome number that I just kind of sing to as it goes along. Behind the scenes when the camera's off me, I love that. But
me too.
But what we're going to do is basically talk about what anybody wants to talk about. I'd love to test maybe down the road before we end tonight a trivia question just to see what the return time is.
Yeah, let's do it.
But we'll see as we go along. And you definitely check in from where you are. David definitely started that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I love knowing where you guys are from. That's the coolest part here.
Mm-hmm.
We're all from Orlando at heart, or even
I wish
Anaheim or one of those. But
yeah, I'd like to pick a town right outside Orlando. Actually, anywhere on the beach. I don't mind driving.
Yeah, well, it's not that wide of a state. I mean, you can get to a beach and back. That's kind of cool.
Nope,
for certain.
New Smyrna was about an hour and a half ish.
Nice,
not at all.
Nice. Cincinnati, Bill, very nice.
Yep,
very nice. Put a whipping on my team this past weekend. That's for darn sure.
Melissa from Michigan, awesome. A lot of cool.
Ed, you know, I could run the opening for Womp Rat Radio. It just feels like so long since we've seen that, but you know, we got to start talking about it because, dude, Book of Boba Fett. Did you see the new trailer?
I was thinking about that the other day because of Boba Fett coming on.
Boba Fett's coming.
The new one. I haven't seen the new one. I've only seen the old one. I'm getting ready to see the new one. Actually, I almost watched the Easter eggs of the new one, so that was kind of an odd thing.
Yeah. There's a lot of things I'm hoping to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the second trailer was really kind of, ooh, I like this.
Wow, Bill, you just made the comment. What do you mean, refrain?
No, you know, it's fine. It was a good old whooping, and it was. There's nothing you can say about that.
Mm-hmm. I had a tough weekend. I had the Giants play the Eagles. I'm a Giants fan at heart, but I've been living in Philadelphia for 25 years, so it's been tough. When they play each other, and the Giants aren't going anywhere, so they just kind of destroyed the Eagles. It's done. Brandon checking in from
Louisiana.
Nice.
Very nice. So
Representing.
that's not a country in Epcot, Louisiana, is it? Oh no, never mind.
Close. France. Doesn't that count? Do you guys take
That's
ownership?
funny.
I saw. What did I see? Speaking new countries in World Showcase, India. Oh, that's what it was. We were talking in Harmonious. They have the section with the Indian
Yes.
music. Is that maybe a foreboding? So hopefully down the road, maybe there'll be a new country.
Yeah, never
They keep
know.
talking. They keep dangling that.
They do.
Mhm.
That in the green room is the Book of Boba Fett. If you're interested, that trailer's long though. That's 3 minutes. That's longer
That
than
is
it
pretty
should be.
long.
Never mind.
And
That
there's
is
so
long.
much going on in that. But yeah, we're looking forward to it, definitely. Looking
it's
forward
like,
to getting
never
back to
mind, I'm
Disney
going.
World. Did you hear they stopped the annual passes? They stopped selling them.
They paused selling them, I
So
think
they
is how
said.
I would say it.
And
Because you can still buy the annual pass that's blacked out during the holidays, which is interesting. So
the
they didn't
Florida
stop sales
pass.
of all of them. The Florida pass, the one that's
Right.
that you still have to buy. At the end of the day, we don't know what availability they have going. Look, you were there not all that long ago for the meet, and it felt kind of crowded. We see that looking at park reservations, there are some days that are full right now. What does full mean? Is that 60%? Is it 50? They're not saying, right? But it's not 100. It's not 100.
Right. Which is still scary because the parks are pretty crowded.
They are.
Being at 60%, 50%, whatever, 40%. Nah, they're still pretty crowded. What else is going on at Disney World? I'm watching Hawkeye on Disney Plus. Saw the first 2
I
episodes
have not.
last week.
I have not. I'll tell you what I finally watched, Ed. I finally saw Jungle Book.
Oh, nice.
Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise. I'm
Cruise,
sorry.
right.
Jungle Cruise. Finally saw it, and it was good. I know you guys have talked about it before.
Yeah.
It was not what I expected.
Right.
It was better than I expected, but over the holiday weekend, we had a few hours, so the family and I sat down and watched Jungle Cruise. It was cool.
That's nice. I haven't seen it yet. I'm still catching
You
up.
haven't? Okay. All
No,
right. Then I'm not going to say anything about it, but
it's on the list though.
This weekend. It was good.
It was the plan to watch that. Plan
Not
to
what I
watch
expected.
Black Widow. Plan to watch a couple catching up on some of those movies, and it just didn't happen this weekend. Thanksgiving was very busy.
Yeah, I hear you there. I got Cruella a couple of weekends ago as well, which I thought was good. That both of those movies were better than I expected.
That's
I don't know
cool.
where my
I was wondering if they were going to do that. So now, right before we left on the trip in November, I actually traded my pass in. I had a 5-day pass. I traded it in for an annual pass. So it was pretty cool. I got that done then. Hopefully now,
KP did you get?
Summertime, I got I can't remember the name of the standard out of state. It's definitely not the Florida pass. I'd have to look the name of it up again, but
yeah, I'm trying to find out right now because I forget what the tiers are too, because there's so many
and they're so expensive over the top. So I was happy, just like I said, to upgrade my ticket. It was a couple bucks more. It was double what I paid for my normal ticket, but I plan to be going back at least 3 or 4 more times.
Well, yeah, but that's an annual pass, so that
right,
that's definitely cool. Yeah, right now if you go to their website, it's just single day. I think that's the top tier, but I'm not. I know there's an article over at the DisneyNerdsPodcast.com, Ed, that's got all the details, and I know Morgan put it there, but I can't find it.
There's a couple of good posts that just went up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to. I haven't actually had a chance to check out all my my benefits and finding out everything that's going on with that. I do know though, I have seen parts and places where you can't get park passes on the annual pass, but you can on the hotel if you have a reservation. So we're gonna have to see how that goes when the summertime hits. Seeing who else is up here.
We both just kind of circled for a second, but we're back. Just a little reset, that's all. It is the Disney Pixie Dust Pass, which is the lowest. That is the they have the monthly thing too. There's a Pixie Dust Pass, the Pirate Pass, the Sorcerer's Pass, and the Incredipass. Those are the different tiers.
Okay. And Brandon,
yeah, what does that mean?
A Sorcerer's Pass there.
Yeah, what does that mean? I don't know, but here I am indeed over at the DisneyNerdsPodcast.com. So if I share this screen, Ed, it will show up in your green room. You can add that on the side by clicking the bottom. But those are the passes. The Pixie Pass, and of course, these are not all available right now. Well, the Pixie Pass is, but when you look at it, it's subject to blackouts, including holidays. But
Gotcha.
here you'll see 3 park reservations at a time for that one, 4 park reservations here, 5 park reservations here, 6 or 5 for the bottom. But the difference is if you have a hotel reservation, those should not count against your AP reservations. So they do that a little bit different. So
Right.
if you have an annual pass, like you said you purchased, which one this with 4 park reservations? If you decided to book a week, 8 months out, you could get those park reservations on that resort reservation and still have those 4 days that you can use before then.
Is there a limit for annual pass amount of park reservations you can make down the road, or is there a window you have to make them in?
I don't know about the window, but you can hold 4 park reservations at a time on the Pirate Pass. You can hold 5 at a time on the Sorcerer's Pass.
What about the Pixie? What's the one I have then? What's the least expensive out of state?
I think that's the Pirate Pass. That is
Okay.
the one with 4.
Man, I never heard her say pirate. I thought it was mentioning something else.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever. Still happy to get
Yeah.
it. Last year, it definitely stopped me from going to the parks as much as I wanted to last summer. So I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to this.
yeah,
summer.
yeah. And Brenda mentions there it's also for Florida residents and DVC, and that's the pass I have because I am a DVC member, so I have that $3.99,
Mhm.
which is blacked out. But you know what? I don't go during the holidays that much. Easter week we went once. Said it was so crowded and so expensive. Even the rental cars were ridiculous expensive.
Right. Well, that's going to continue actually now. That's been going on for a while. Okay, guys, who's going back? Anybody going to the parks anytime soon? Anybody looking forward to any of the movies coming out? What's the new Pixar one? Encanto or
Is that Pixar? That was the top
Pixar
of the
Disney?
darn it, I got the D23 magazine today, and it's on the cover of it. I think it's a Disney Studios.
Okay, they're doing so many things so close.
Yeah,
back and
because
forth
it is
now.
it is the 60th Disney film.
Fair enough.
That was the title of the D23 magazine. That's what it was.
So looking forward to
Kanto,
that.
right?
Trying to think what else we have coming out. We were looking like Sam
Book
mentioned
of Boba
earlier,
Fett.
Boba Fett, right? Definitely. And that's going to be great because it's going to test a lot of our memories as far as what we remember from the original movie. Original, I guess, probably the first 3 movies.
Yes.
So that should be interesting.
Well, it's going to test our right, because if you think back, it was the sail barge. It was the famous scene when R2 shoots his saber, shoots the lightsaber up. R2D2 was the Trojan horse. He snuck Luke's lightsaber in, shot it to Luke. Luke used it to escape. That sets the whole thing with Jabba. Boba Fett falls into the Sarlacc pit. We don't hear from him, and now we see these previews for Book of Boba Fett, and Boba is talking about how he will rule with I'm forgetting the word he used. Jabba the Hutt ruled with fear. He's now in charge, and he rules with, I forget. Somebody tell me what he said in the trailer.
Yeah, I know. It's definitely not partnership, but it's prosperity, or
it wasn't trust. We're gonna have to watch it. Darn it, we're gonna have to watch it before we're all done. But what else was going on at that point in time? Because at that point in time, where's Han Solo, right? Well, we know where Han is because he just got unfrozen, but there's still so much happening in the galaxy when Boba is now on Tatooine as the ruler.
Well, is that okay? So that's the biggest question. I didn't want this to turn into a Star Wars show, but definitely, is it taking place right after Jabba gets taken out of his place? But he gets killed. Is that when Boba takes over, or is that this sounds like it's 20 years later though?
I don't know.
Or down the road, because the other the guy he killed, who's the Jabba the Hutt's main butler dude, or his main
guy? I can see him. It starts with a B.
Yeah. The guy with the Twi'lek with the 2 things on his head.
Yeah, the Twi'lek.
Anyway, he's old and fat, so it definitely takes place in the future. It's taking place present time, I think, with the Mandalorian, which is down the road. So
Yes.
we'll see.
Yeah. Right. Because it puts him right. That's
Thanks,
it.
Bill. Bib
All right.
Fortuna.
Bib. That's it. Bib. I knew it was a B. Bib
Yep.
Fortuna. That's exactly it. All right. Disney Plus. We got Hawkeye episode 3. So you said you've been watching that.
Right.
Disney Insider has some new episodes. Alice Through the Looking Glass. That might be interesting. Diary of a Wimpy Kid is Friday, December the 3rd. Not too bad. $1 Million Arm. Edward Scissorhands is premiering. How about that?
Where was it for Halloween?
I'm thinking the same thing. December 3rd.
Or is it more of a Christmas show?
Maybe, I don't know. Ice Age. Continent Drift.
Ice
Must
Age.
be one of theirs. Ice Age is part of the Fox acquisition. So how about that?
Well,
this was the good. All right. So is Rio. Rio, the series of movies, and there were a lot of people speculating that Rio was going to show up in Animal Kingdom.
That'd be cool. That actually would really match.
Yep. Mr. Popper's Penguins with Drew Carey. I kind of sort of remember that movie.
Right. That was funny.
Yeah, that does sound good. More Hawkeye, more Insiders. Disney Junior Chicken Squad. Looks like a Chicken Little cartoon. I had no idea that was coming.
If you like the Jeff Goldblum guys, the documentary type shows he put together, they have a new series of those out there now. There's a bunch more. I saw another one the other day. He's kind of silly in his way, but he definitely is funny to watch.
Yeah. We got some new Muppet Babies coming as well. New Spidey and Friends. I just shared the screen that I was reading that from. Some new Muppet Babies. Spidey and Friends. This has gotten big with that's gotten big with the little folks.
Mm-hmm.
How about Wicked Tuna? Outer Banks.
Yeah, no comment.
Nat Geo?
The reality show. That's pretty funny.
Now this one, Tron Legacy, I'll watch.
Talking back about Hawkeye, definitely. It is Marvel's first Christmas show they've ever done because it takes place at Christmas time. We're not going to throw a lot of spoilers out here tonight.
I didn't know that, so that's enough for me to go, okay, maybe I will watch this if it's set at Christmas.
Well, I tell you what, this isn't too much of a spoiler because it was all over the commercials, but it starts out with Clint taking the family to go see a Broadway play up in New York. And I don't know if it's the first time he's been back in a long time in Manhattan, but it's definitely really fun. So, and the play he gets to go watch is the Captain America play. It's help me out. What's the name of that play? But I tell you what, I want more of the play. I want to see more of that, which we have seen commercials for it, which was cool on the TV behind the scenes. So they really are kind of playing it, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah. I like it.
The Olaf Presents.
Olaf Presents. I've heard nothing but good stuff about that. I haven't watched it yet.
Good one. Cool.
Heard nothing about that. Wrong.
So now, is that like Spoonie? Olaf Presents. Remember how, or Forky? Forky had
who brought that up?
Is it
like the Forky thing? Well, it was Forky Asks a Question is the name of that.
Right. So is this
I don't know.
Olaf Presents similar to that, or is it just Olaf going off on different journeys or whatever?
Yeah. Disney Bake Off, bringing the kids into the baking things. That's what that is. Some dinosaurs. Life Below Zero. That just doesn't sound fun.
Speaking of dinosaur, did you guys see the dinosaur? What's the ride over in Dinosaur Land over in Animal Kingdom that's totally gone now?
It's Primeval World.
Yes, totally gone. It's
Primeval
a
World.
blank piece of land right now, waiting to have something go in there.
I got to tell you, I was waiting to hear something at Destination D when they went over what's coming. You know, we should spend a little bit of time on that because that was 2 weekends ago, Destination D at the Contemporary, where they did have a presentation and a panel on parks and resorts, but really nothing new. I say nothing new. They did announce that Festival of Fantasy is going to be coming back next year, and Fantasmic's going to be coming back with some new scenes. I can't wait to see that. Especially after seeing Fantasmic at Disneyland and what they did with it. It's amazing. So anything new is good. But I wanted to hear them say something's coming to Animal Kingdom, and we've been running rumors around it, and everybody's been saying it, but nobody has said. But Ed, did you know they're building a Zootopia right now in Shanghai?
Yes.
Is it in Shanghai?
So
that's what people want to hear them say. They're going to bring it, but nothing. We got nothing.
Zootopia would actually fit perfectly in Animal Kingdom, but that's too small a spot for that. So
it is.
So this was pretty cool. We're going back to this Olaf Presents where It is like a Forky show. He reenacts different movies, and is it Disney movies or is it? I might have to check it out. That's foregone,
Yeah.
but definitely sounds good. Anybody else checking out anything else? Disney Plus or even Netflix? We'll even count that in because there's some great stuff out there. Um, okay, on Netflix, real quick, there's a show called Arcane. It's an animated show done for Netflix.
Okay.
It has a total feel of Treasure Planet. Remember, Treasure Planet takes place in quote unquote the future, but
Right.
it's on that planet with all the spaceships and things like that. Totally like Arcane. But this is what's happening behind the scenes in the alleys and stuff like that around that type of city. Very cool.
Cool. I've not seen it.
Mm-hmm.
It does sound good.
Very cool.
Looking for
So
the
now,
second.
did you see the Disney the special on Sunday night last 2 nights ago? They had the standard show from the parks, basically singing. I only saw a little bit of it, but I did see the end when they introduced all the Christmas show this year.
Oh, okay.
So I thought that was really interesting because they're going to be doing that again. Oh, cool.
I that's great.
Swansea Searcher. Excellent.
Olaf interacts different movies. That's cool.
Little Mermaid, Moana, Lion King. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be checking that out. And as far as
yeah, it sounds pretty good. It sounds really good.
As far as the Primeval World goes, Brandon, we don't know yet. I was actually kind of hoping the entire carnival might have gone away.
It still might. We don't know that. So to answer the question, Brandon, will it be rethemed? It's gone, as in torn down. I was there, saw it. Might have taken some pictures over the construction walls. It's gone, like demolished. Like cranes grab it, pull it apart, put it in dumpsters, take it out of there.
Mhm.
So it's a big empty spot right now.
Right.
With nothing, we were hoping for an announcement, but clearly something's up in that section of Animal Kingdom, which Ed might include getting rid of the entire carnival thing there. There's a lot of real estate if you think about it.
Right. Oh, there definitely is. Just around where the store is, there's a lot of walking area. There's a lot of
Sure
extra space that could be reincorporated. The entire land could be reincorporated. I'd hate to lose Dinosaur the Ride. That is a really good attraction. So we'd have to retheme that somehow.
I don't know that you're gonna lose Dinosaur, but it's far enough away that I think you could still do something around that area, right?
True. Yep,
In
very
fact,
true.
it makes me want to bring up Google Earth, Ed.
Let's take a
Because
look.
I want to see how much space is there. Because the
There's a ton
question
of
is,
space. And plus, when you're facing the store and you look to the left, there's that one roadway that goes out behind the big billboard. So I got to think there's a little bit of backstage area too. So that should be cool.
well, right, and that's what I'm wondering. What's backstage? I don't think there's any animals on that side of the park, but I could be completely wrong because you know the way those parks look. It could be not far around the corner. There's something.
Right. Oh, well, Sam's looking for Google Earth, but what do you guys think should go there? We mentioned Zootopia, which I think is in Shanghai, or it's coming.
It's being built. Yep.
Is there something else that we could do to put into Animal Kingdom that would match? Always, I guess we're done with Lion King there. Definitely done with Pandora there. Jungle Book, perhaps.
Maybe.
Do a little classic. I think more likely it'd be futuristic though, something new.
Yeah, if you look at it, and I did find it here, Ed.
Yeah, I always see people over there, but you're right. I can't imagine them making money off of that because they are kind of expensive anyway.
Yeah, so if you throw that up there real quick, if this is Google Earth
Sure.
looking at, yeah, I can't do that. Looking at Animal Kingdom, and if you drill down into here, this is Primeval World, and there is back office space not far behind that. This is Dinosaur. They are pretty close to each other in the back because when you come out of Dinosaur, you kind of cut down this way and through that store.
Right.
But
right.
there's still a good chunk of. Well, this is the Finding Nemo Theater. That's what this one is. Didn't think about that. So you got the Finding Nemo Theater over here.
As you're walking back past the lake.
Yeah, that's the Finding Nemo Theater. This is where Kite Tales is happening. This is your spot in between. Not
There's
sure
a lot
what
of
this.
land there.
There's a lot of land here. In fact, this, now that I look at it, this is where they're parking some of the speeders for kite tails, I guess. Right? Because
Mythical Beasts.
that's your backstage area that's connecting out here.
That's not a bad
Where
one.
else I go? Yeah. So there's not a lot of room back there, but I mean, there's a roller coaster. If you were to take this entire area all the way against Finding Nemo, everything back through this way, there's a lot of area there potentially. I mean, what about the Boneyard? Is that up for discussion as
I would
well?
think the
Because now you got a much bigger area if you include the Boneyard.
If you're going to redesign the area and make Dinosaur its own spot, then there's no reason why the Boneyard would stay. Everything from just the entryway all the way over would go.
Sure. Because this is your restaurant, which could be rethemed. It doesn't have to stay what it is. And then up through the back is where you get to Dinosaur.
Right. And that could also be rethemed back there. I love the trees and how it is kind of out of the sun. But you know, there is a lot of space back there because they do have that one building that used to have those McDonald's signs across from it after you came out of Dinosaur, where people kind of relax after getting shaken around so bad.
I do recall that. But there is a lot of land when you include the Boneyard and go all the way up to the lake there, because you can come through all of this, retheme your restaurant even. That could easily become something into whatever theme you put next to it.
Sure.
Maybe you have a Zootopia restaurant there. It'd be kind of cool.
Well, yes and no, because you're going to be eating some of the people we remember from the movie, perhaps. So that might not be the greatest thing. But yeah, you never know.
There's a lot of room there, I think, because this is gone now. It's completely not there. And without it, there's a big void. Because all you have here now is Triceratops Spin and the Carnival Games.
Right. And I thought Triceratops Spin would have gone first, to be honest with you. That's just another spinning ride.
It is. Which can be easily themed to anything.
So Swansea Searcher is talking about a Wally theme attraction or a park.
Yeah, you know,
section. That would be cool. What part of the movie though? Are we talking after the end when we're rebuilding the planet, or are we still in the beginning when we meet Wally and he's starting to pile up the blocks?
That's a good question. I want to get on that cruise and sit on one of these chairs and just let it take me around to the buffets.
That would be pretty cool. Have the cruise ship somehow landed on the one side of that area, little space limited. So Brandon agreed we should retheme the whole area. And Orlando, okay, so changing topics. I did hear that the vaccination mandate for cast members. I thought it was masks, but it could have been the vaccination mandate. I wasn't paying close attention this week.
I thought it was masks. I didn't pay close attention either.
But okay, that's fine. I guess they have enough people that have it, maybe, or they're not pushing it anymore.
Could be, yeah.
But I haven't seen the details yet.
So here is, just to give you kind of an idea, Ed, if you want to throw that is concept art from Disney of the Zootopia land that is going into China. That's kind of cool. That can be kind of cool. I don't know what all those things are, but maybe there's a restaurant, maybe there's something else. That's
could we perhaps have Wakanda over there in Animal Kingdom, a Marvel destination at Disney World?
It's possible.
It's a new property, meaning it's not an existing property that might be tied up in those west of or east of the Mississippi contracts, Wakanda and Black Panther and all that stuff. Plus, they could just have general Marvel rides in there or attractions.
Yeah. Yeah. That is kind of cool. I'm looking at, I'm trying to find some other.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh boy. So I don't know what should come there. Do we need to get Star Wars there?
Well, you have to have Star Wars in every park.
I'm kidding. We already do somewhere. It's in a gift shop somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure it is. That is one of the things about the Animal Kingdom gift shops. If you guys notice when you're walking out, either side, they seem to have almost every item in the other parks inside there. They do have a complete collection, it seems. Definitely rivals.
They got everything. They got everything. It's like the spillover stuff they get there.
Right. And speaking of, have you guys had a chance to be in the parks when the new store is open over at Epcot? What is the name of the new place?
The Creation Shop.
which is an incredibly different looking store. We were in there for a little while on the last trip. It is so roomy and wide open and windows everywhere.
Mhm.
And the merchandise seems to be there's like half as much merchandise in there.
Some exclusive merchandise, but yeah, you're right.
So I thought that was pretty cool. Um, Interesting. Also, they had the virtual ordering or the virtual purchasing. So you would pick up a bag and you would, I think, scan your phone or do something to then somehow say the bag belongs to you and everything you're going to put into it now is going to be charged as you pick it up. I think you scanned it with your phone. And the big thing was you had to check with a cast member before you left the store so that they proved that everything was done or you had to finish your purchases or something. So that was
Yeah,
definitely
I
fun.
used it when I was down there. So it's part of the My Disney Experience app. And what you do when you're in the app is you hit the plus sign and you hit shopping. And at the time, it was only available at World of Disney at Disney Springs and at the Creation Shop. And what you did basically is you grabbed yourself a basket as you found an item you liked. You scanned it. It charged you for it. Well, it didn't charge you for it, but it put it to your shopping cart. You put it in your little basket. As you filled up your basket, you would go to a special kiosk on the way out, to which you would show them your phone, the app, which, by the way, identified that I was an annual pass holder and
Mhm.
automatically took the 20% off, which I thought was really cool. Then they scanned it. It showed number of items. The cast member basically looked at the number of items in my bag and showed me where packing material was. Here's the bags. Here's the wrap. Go ahead and do whatever you want. And it was cool. Yes, at World of Disney. So it was nice when you look at the line of people that are queued up to check out and you just kind of walked out. But at the same time, Ed, it reminds me of the early days of mobile ordering when nobody was doing it. It was really fast.
Right.
When everybody starts to do it, I don't know what the experience is going to be.
I tell you what, the hardest part I had with mobile ordering this time around was finding the right line to get into to pick up my mobile order so I didn't mix up with the people doing normal orders. But to me, it worked every time perfectly. It was available when I needed it. So I'm all over mobile ordering.
Yep. Yeah, that's it's definitely good. I like just doing it ahead of time. I like doing it when you're in a queue where you're walking over. You're like, hey, what do you guys want to eat? Let's go ahead and put the order together. So we'll be in the queue, and we've done this already. You're in the queue
Mhm.
at Small World or Peter Pan, and you create your order that you're going to place in the Peter Pan.
Normal line.
And the order's done. You submit it, but until you get close to it and say, I'm here, prepare my order. So everything's in there. Makes it really
Right.
nice.
Yep. Swansea Search is doing the entire Imagineering thing. We're adding to the Wally attraction. So here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
That's cool. Space Rangers.
I'm thinking like Space Ranger Spin, maybe something along those
Mhm.
lines. Okay.
Play even.
Where you have to identify the plants among the
Now,
trash.
the
Yeah,
only
that's kind
thing
of
that
cool.
and if it's gonna be a new land, we have to have some type of new attraction type of thing. It's always the way they go with these new lands. We got, with the, Rise of Resistance and Mickey and Minnie's, we got that whole transportation system now that's kind of floating
Yep.
everywhere. So now we'll have to have something new when we get this section done. But no, that's not a bad idea.
I like the idea. That's the thing. There's so many ideas. And Wally fitting over there, I could see it. There any other? I'm wondering if there's another kids type thing. But
Did Tarzan
the
miss its chance?
animals are the attraction for kids.
Did
The
Tarzan
animals are
miss
the
its
attraction.
chance? Tarzan, I know they had the Tarzan, live action
Tarzan
show.
Rocks. Yeah, Tarzan Rocks
But I don't think
was there
was
for a
that
little
done.
while.
I think that was done before the animation came out, to be honest. I think that was an
I want to
older
say it
type of
was about
show.
the same time.
Mhm. But they didn't introduce any of the gorillas or the yeah, any of the gorillas or
No,
the
I think
animals in
one
the
was
show.
there. Tarzan. When did Tarzan cartoon come out? Tarzan came out in 1999, and Animal Kingdom opened in 98, right?
Right.
So right around the same time, yeah.
Mhm.
That is a great idea. Similar to Buzz Lightyear, just shooting um, the plants or identifying the plants in the garbage, not necessarily shooting them, but scanning them and identifying them.
Right.
That is kind of cool. That's I remember our buddy Yeehaw Bob Jackson once played that show over at Tarzan Rocks. I might have even seen him there.
That's right. That's part of the history.
Ryan the Last Dragon. That's one I haven't seen yet. I don't know if it fits.
So now, could we have dragons instead of kites in that show over the lake?
Well, I think a dragon could easily be a kite. I
Hmm.
would think with a long tail hanging on it. Maybe they can re-engineer it so it doesn't crash as much. But that's half the fun of that one.
Right.
It's like going to a NASCAR race.
Very cool.
That's good. That's good. I was trying to find. I know at the D23 Expo, not all that long ago, they showed some clips of that Zootopia, and I just haven't. I can't find it. I'm looking now.
Okay.
Scanning while we're going.
I'll give you a minute or two, and I think that might be it for tonight, though, guys. What's everybody looking forward to? I saw Brandon's getting down to the parks in about 90 days. I'm going to hopefully be getting down there, maybe spring break also time. So that's about 3 months down the road.
Yeah, you know what? There is a great Disney Parks blog here that talks about the announcements from Destination D.
Okay.
Throw that one in there. We can look at those really quickly because I think it is kind of cool. I can't add it to the stream. You have to do that.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. So some of the announcements that they made, because they did live blog all this stuff and the things that were coming. We're not going to go through those details, but check out this look at next generation animatronic figures. That is Project EXO, which is an exoskeleton that allows them to take their characters and make them even bigger. There was an awesome video about this, but look at that thing, man. Cool as can be. I know it doesn't look that impressive there, but the fingers on this were directly articulated based on that guy's hand. When he moved his fingers, the fingers on this thing moved around.
Very cool.
Super cool. Hey, Mickey. They gave us some more updates on Hey Mickey. That is an Amazon device, an Amazon Alexa that's now programmed with Mickey Mouse as a voice. Hey Mickey is a voice that you can purchase for your home. It's also going to show up in rooms. So, hey Mickey, find me a dining reservation tonight.
That'll be
Hey
good.
Mickey, can you wake me up at 7 a.m.? Hey Mickey, what time's the park? Right?
That's gonna be tough for them to do. So that'd be interesting.
It's really cool, but this is Hey Mickey, which will be a skill that you can purchase for your Alexa at home. They also showed more of the new Magic Bands. This is the new version of Magic Band that has the light up around it, which makes it look a lot like Glow with the Show type things. They do look cool. I think they showed them even working a little bit. This is the new downtown Disney district at Disneyland Resort. They talk about that quite a bit. So that was, I don't know if you remember, but maybe in 2018, they announced a big hotel. It does look like Wreck-It Ralph, by the way. They announced a big hotel at downtown Disney, at Disneyland, which include closing the ESPN zone and closing the not the Planet Hollywood, the Rainforest Cafe. And they were going to start construction, and then it fell through and didn't happen. So I think this is kind of replacing what they thought that would be. Some updates on Tron. Pretty cool. Can't wait to say this thing. Yep, much anticipated, Sean. They didn't give us a date
because it's going to take the ride of Space Mountain is going to disappear. There will be no line on Space Mountain because everybody.
And you get two space. If you watch inside or behind the attraction, you get two Space Mountains, one next to each other. I think that's super cool. That's really cool. We got Josh gave us a little preview of the lightsaber training.
I did see this, and I'm not sure if it looks too basic or if it's really cool.
I haven't decided either. I don't know if you can hear audio.
I don't know if I want to spend $4,000 to. I was hoping for
to do this do what I think I could do with my Oculus.
Right.
That's my first thought here. Right. So yeah, this is cool. He gets the saber, turn it on. It looks cool. It looks a lot like one that you'd build at.
But it didn't raise up.
Savi's. It did not. It did not. Then stand in the circle, and here's your training droid. And
so he's hitting laser beams. He's crossing the beams. It's really not doing anything. Although not to say that the laser technology is not cool, and it's definitely something new we haven't seen in years, but
yeah,
it is laser technology. If
You could do that with Oculus too. I mean,
if it's real.
it wasn't as impressive as I had hoped it would be.
Nope.
This was pretty cool seeing the bridge. That's where some of the things are going to happen. Yeah.
Brandon made a comment about Space Mountain. I gotta agree with you. I definitely
Yeah.
gotta pace myself when I'm on that, especially for that last up and down hill before the end.
It's true.
But yeah,
It's true.
it's still worth it. We were lucky enough to go through it on the trip in November. We were on the People Mover when the lights were on, so it was really, really cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Good
Yeah.
night.
Well, they debuted a poster for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. So this is the attraction poster. And we got summer 2022 instead of 2022.
Gotcha. So now it's half a year later.
Well, we got summer instead of the whole year. We do, although my money's still on October 1st. I don't know. That's not summer,
Sure.
that's fall, but that's Epcot 40.
Soft
right? Epcot
openings
turns
before
40 years
that.
old. Soft opening. It could be that. Soft openings behind it before
Yeah.
it.
Going back to the lightsaber show, the lightsaber attraction there.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah. I'm Here I am looking forward to this. This is Dreamer's Point. That is what's being constructed right now behind Spaceship Earth. When you go in and those walls are still everywhere in the front, it's Dreamer's Point, which is going to feature a statue of Walt that you're going to be able to go up to and sit next to.
Nice.
Which is really cool. They talked again about new quick service restaurants. This is the Connections Cafe and Eatery debuting in World Celebration. So it's the first time we heard of that. Not sure exactly where that's going to be, but part of World Celebration. Some new books. Here is a DVC extension to the Disneyland Hotel. That was a new announcement. Kind of cool. Very interesting, I thought.
Did they have DVC out there already?
They have a DVC at California Adventure. At the Grand Californian.
Right.
That hotel has a DVC wing to it, which I've stayed at, and it's beautiful. And now they're going to add one to the Disneyland Hotel. Very interesting. And they got some updates coming to Mickey's Toontown. So Toontown is closed there, and they're making some updates back there, which, when it's all said and done, includes the addition of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which will be part of Toontown and Disneyland. Kind of cool.
A lot of things to look forward to.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Little Mermaid was Little Mermaid was Disney Plus. No, Little Mermaid is on. That's the show that's on the Wish. So they announced that one. Kind of cool.
Did you see the cruise ship on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade? They
had. I did.
I believe it was the Dream or the Wish, but they had
the Wish. It's the Wish. Yeah.
And it was pretty cool because it was a big ship, and they're making a big push for the cruise line.
They sure are, especially that new boat.
Yep, I've seen a couple different announcements and a couple different show numbers actually all driven toward that cruise.
Yeah. Fantasy Springs is coming to Tokyo Disney Sea, which is kind of neat. Hong Kong is getting a Frozen area, which, by the way, when you look at this coaster, which, if I remember right, it is who's the gentleman that is in the hot tub that talks all the time? It's his. Why can't I remember? You guys are, it's at the tip of my tongue. I know it.
Uncle Orville?
Franz. No, that's not Franz.
In the bathtub, talks all the time.
Yeah, Uncle Orville talks all the time. No privacy at all around here. But anyway, the coaster there looks a heck of a lot like Mine Train at Magic Kingdom. So I think it's the same concept there. Disneyland Paris is turning 30. Kind of cool. They are building the Adventures Campus in Disneyland Paris, which, remember, that was part of the original goal to link them. There would be an Adventures Campus opened 24 hours a day. So if it's not California, then it's Paris or it's Shanghai. So you'd have an Adventures Campus always opened where they're waiting to save us.
The world.
Save the world, yeah. And some other cool experiences. That was part of the presentation there. But no really big new announcements. Some little things in there. Nothing about Animal Kingdom. That's what I wanted, Ed, but we didn't get it. What are you gonna do?
Well, they did everything for the 50th. Now they're taking a break. I'm sure we're gonna get some more announcements as time goes on.
Well, I think they're also trying to figure out, park passes and attendance and getting back to 100%. And there's still a lot happening.
They're doing well. They learned a lot of the things over the COVID crisis that they could figure out to do. People still came when they were doing different things, trying new different lines, different
rides. Wandering Oaken something. Thank you, Brandon. Wandering Oaken something coaster. Sorry to interrupt you, Ed, but that's who I was thinking of. That
Very
guy.
good. Very good.
That's the name of the coaster. But it looks like it's a copy of Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Sure. Let's put Frozen over in Animal Kingdom, over in the dinosaur area. Frozen Land.
You know what? There was a point in time not that long ago where it wouldn't have surprised me if they made that announcement. But you know what? It fit better in Norway.
Right.
Took up the expansion. So what else is left in Norway, right? Or what else is left in Epcot? Because we know not long ago we were talking about all these expansion pads, but Frozen took one of those expansion pads with the summer house they built,
Sure.
and Remy took one of those expansion pads behind Morocco, right? There used to be a spot between Morocco and France, and now that's gone because it's Remy. There's not as many as there once were.
There is something behind Germany, I believe, and Japan.
There's still some room, but not as it's getting.
Yeah. Germany was supposed to have a Rhine ride.
Yep, the Rhine River, right?
Yep, which I thought was pretty cool. And Japan always had that roller coaster behind the fortress wall.
Both of those are room, and we know the story behind those, right? It's great history. Is that Kodak said you can't have a Mount Fuji? What are you, crazy? We're your sponsor. That's our competitor. And I'm not sure exactly what happened with the Germany Rhine River. It might just be, but think it's a small world type ride, or maybe even more like Mexico is probably the right way to describe it. It would have been a little smaller. It wouldn't have been as big, not in It's a Small World, but probably on the scale of Mexico.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. Okay, guys. So I think that's it for tonight.
Me too.
Glad to see. Oh, was she?
Swansea? Oh, is Vine back?
Divine.
Is
Yep.
it Divine cool. Or is it Vine?
I think that's awesome because that's an awesomely like diva name, Divine. But that's still awesome. Got to see that's happened. They always kind of take breaks, and with the COVID, they let a lot of people go, so that's always nice. Always cool to find her randomly in different areas, different places around the park.
Yeah.
Nice.
Especially when you notice her and wait to see other people notice her. I like that.
The pathway between Africa and Asia. That's a great place. Okay, guys. So that's it for tonight. Thanks for joining us, the Disney Nerds podcast. Thank you, Sam from Sam's Disney Diary. And
thanks, Ed.
Thank you guys for sticking with us tonight.
Absolutely.
Tune in next Tuesday night. Jimmy and Morgan, I'm sure, will be back with you guys, and you might be surprised we might be back too.
You never know. Thanks, guys. And I'll end it with Congaloosh.
Okay, guys. We will talk to you later. Bye-bye.